Watcher folks, back again. Right, you remember I did a little video on side shoots of tomatoes, putting them in water and getting them to grow roots. I put some side shoots in about 5 days ago and left them in a bucket of water, and I'll show you the outcome. So that's the bucket I used, and there's me tomatoes. So this, now, look at the roots on that baby. Plant that straight in soil. It's even got tomatoes on it. There's another one here. So I would probably, if I was going to plant this one, I would trim that leaf off, and I would probably plant it up to about there. And it turn into a plant and produce tomatoes, as it is already. So just put that one down there. You see that one? Put that one down there. Then there's this one. It's a little bit smaller. They're not looking too great leaf-wise, but once you put them in soil, give them some feed, water them, they'll be fine. Look at the roots on that. And you see on there, see the little knobbly bits, the little white bits. There we go. That is what they are as they start to root, and then they end up like that. And here's a tiny one, a tiny one I did. It got stuck amongst this rose that I'm trying to do, but that seems to be a bit unsuccessful. Should have put that straight in soil. Anyway, look at the roots on that little one. And you just plant them straight in soil, like this. Where have I got some soil? Yeah, I've got some soil here. It's a bit bloody hard, but it should hopefully push in. No, I have to, because it's too dry, but you get the general idea, don't you? Okay, planted. It's that easy, that simple. So there you go, folks. Obviously you got water it afterwards. So if you're going to do something like that from a plant, then once you've got your roots, put it in a big pot, because that is where it's going to live until it finishes producing. Then you're going to pull it out and throw it away. Otherwise you have to just keep potting and potting and potting. But if you've got big ones, like I just showed you, like these three there that I put on the ground, then, you know, use a pot about 10, 11 inches wide and about 12 inches deep, something like that. Fill it up with soil. Away you go. Water it, and you'll get plenty. Then you keep pinching out the side shoots, throw them away, and you feed it with Tomorite and water. And when you get to the 5th truss of tomatoes, which is what I call it here to this tomato over here. So this is a truss of tomatoes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Normally, when you get to number 4, I normally tip out the top of the plant, which is this tiny little bit in the middle. When you cut that off, it stops the plant from growing higher and then puts all its energy into the fruit. I've got some more here, look, up on this side, where the plant is split into 2. And those side shoots I was showing you just a second ago, one came from here. I think there was one here. And I just cut them off, put them in water, left them in the sun, and yeah, there you have it. So you put them in water, no problem. Now I did one a little while ago out the front, didn't I? Let's go and see how that one's doing. So I'm going to pop out there quickly. I did a tiny one. Remember the one I put in by me cucumber? There he is. Look how big he is now. And that's just a side shoot. And that is now a tomato plant. We've got a few little ones. I've had a couple of big ones off. There's one growing there, look, cucumber. Lovely. And all the rest of me gear over there. Anyway, this was about, mostly, it's going to be about side shoots.